Now I want to talk about nutrition. I am not a nutritionist, so let me just tell you that everything that I've been saying here for the whole time that we've been doing this is for educational purposes only. So I just want you to know that that is what this is about. However, I'm sharing this with you because there are a few things that you can do on your own without having to go and hire a nutritionist or a doctor or anybody like that. And there's some basic fundamentals. Your food is your fuel. And so I want you to be able to feed your bodies the type of food that really serve it. You need to feed your body and your brain. Your brain is obviously part of your body, but I like to separate the two because I want you guys to recognize that you have to really honor your central nervous system, your operating system. So you need to pay attention to the kind of foods that you intake so that your brain is always fed properly, and that it is then able to govern over the rest of your body. Having put it that way, I will share with you some of the things that really support your brain. We're going to talk about movement. I think it's tomorrow. We're going to talk about movement, but today we're going to talk about food. There's something called junk food. I think it should just be called junk because it is not food. So anything in that is processed, anything that is on the supermarket that has a lifespan of like 2 years in a package, no. Now there's certain exceptions that I personally make, and those exceptions speak redound to oily fish in cans. I can't find an alternative source of oily fish not in cans and the type of fish that I need for my brain. I also want you to stay away from processed foods, and that means chips and chocolates and flowers and stuff like that. This is just general guidelines, and I'll then give you some caveats at the end so that you don't think like this woman is mad as heck. I am, but hey. So those are the things that I want you to stay away from. Processed foods and unnecessarily canned stuff. So things like that come in cans, like fruit and stuff. Why would you want your fruit in a can when you can have it fresh? Now, some of you who bake and do fancy stuff might want to have your cherries and stuff for baking, your pineapple for your upside down cake, etc., and so on and so forth. I do not teach moderation. And by that I mean, I know we have this saying about everything in moderation. Every one of you are entitled to your approach to things. So this is the way you have to do anything. I'm just sharing my journey with you. So having said that, I'm going to pause here and let that sink in. And then I'm going to repeat it, recap it. So here we go. Try to avoid canned foods in general. I personally, that's Cheryl Nayara, make exceptions for oiliest fish that I am aware of and know of based on my research and studies over the last 20 years, 24 years. Okay. And I make exceptions for sardines, mackerel, salmon, and tuna. Tuna is at the bottom of my list. I avoid and do not have processed foods. So anything like flowers, I do not have. I do not have like chips and chocolates and stuff like that. No. So those are my do not have. So I keep life really, really simple. Let's come back again now. Exceptions for chocolate for me is dark chocolate. 80, 85, 90, I don't think I've seen 95% chocolate. That is what I would have for chocolate, right? That is indeed processed, but it's dark chocolate. So then it doesn't have any of the milk solids and so on and so forth in it, little sugar or none in it. Okay. I avoid sugar that is processed as well. Now, there's some exceptions when it comes to flours. I know that in the past I've had amaranth flour, I've had buckwheat flour, I've had spelt flour in the past. So I've used almond flour and cashew flour. So I use nut flours. Those are the kinds of flours that I have. Cashew nut, almond, hazelnut, those are the flours I would have. And they're all nuts. So I share that with you because these are some of the ways that I make sure that I get quality nutrition. Some people may argue, well, that could be really expensive when you're eating vegetables. Did I mention that I eat for between 14 to 21 pounds of vegetables a week? And that is so that I can have a full plate of food. Because I'm eating nothing else, then I need to have 9 to 13 servings of vegetables a day so that I would feel, satisfied, not full, satisfied. And satisfied nutritionally. I do not eat for taste. So I'm going to stop here because I kind of have a funny feeling that you're like, what on earth? I'm saying this to you, not because I want you to necessarily do this, but I also want you to recognize that when you make a decision to go in on your health, you make a decision that cuts off other options. That's what I did. There's some of you who may say, well, you can die anyway, so just eat what you want. That is true. That is true. However, this is about how you're going to live whilst you're alive. We are all going to die. This is about how you're going to live whilst you're alive and the kind of energy that you want to carry you through the day. I do not have what people call the itis. I do not like that word, but I can't think of the other one. But basically, I don't fall asleep after lunch. I am energized after lunch. I can go through the entire day high because I do not get lethargic during the day. And that is because of how I eat. I would like that for you. I'm going to pause here because I want to have questions come at me from this particular lesson. We don't get to coaching this session. Friday, I'm going to share with you some offers so that we can do some more work together and you can get an opportunity to coach with me, do another course with me, and all those types of juicy stuff that I will share with you then. So until then, I'm going to pause this video. Any questions you have concerning my approach to my nutrition, put them in the forum. I expect to see lots of questions. I want to see lots of questions. My caveat for you is this. You get to choose. I want you, if you're committed to your health and you're committed to setting yourself up for success, these are just some of the thoughts that I have about health and the ones that I've used to support my body and my body's needs. And they're ideas for you to consider. So I just want to leave you with that. Please put your questions in the forum, put your comments in the forum. Always be kind, always be showing grace, and support each other and continue to. I want to congratulate you for getting this far. You've completed 2 days. Hip, 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 hooray. And I can't wait to see how you dive into today's session. Please, please, please send me all of your successes and your celebrations. I can't wait to see them. So until tomorrow, have yourself a phenomenal day. Bye.